It's the Slam Dunk.
Right, I reckon Chris Luxon's walking a tightrope on Māori issues. And his views must be hard to reconcile someday. Certainly he has different messages for different audiences, right, doesn't he? So one day he is sitting on the Tūranga Waiwai, marae, with the family of the late Māori king and shedding a tear and showing emotion. And then the next day he's pulling down Māori wards from councils. How that empowers the people, I have no idea. But there's no doubt this government via Winston and David Seymour has set out to attack things Māori, knowing it's a good populist dog whistle. And Luxon, without a spine to harp on about, has lamely allowed the race debate to take hold. In fact, Seymour is just a younger version of Winston, really. And I have little doubt he's admired Peters and his politics for some time. He's lifted much of it as well for his own advantage. So take the government's intention to abolish Māori wards at council level. 43 of the 45 councils had a vote and they came back saying the Māori wards were great. They were effective and they couldn't do without them. And because of that, a whole series of referenda must now take place around the country. Even some of the country's most conservative small town mayors fronted up and said nothing wrong with these Māori wards. Bugger off, government, leave us alone. But this government is going in search of a race debate and a racial divide. It's whipping up a storm where one does not have to exist. So you strip Māori of hard-fought rights gained over decades and watch the civil war and the protests take place. That's what's going to happen. But the government has ended up with egg on its face. Only 2 of 45 councils voted to abolish the wards. 43 said, actually, we quite like these. We're doing things, and yep, let's keep them. Councils had a deadline of Friday to decide whether to remove their Māori wards, after the government passed legislation forcing councils to remove Māori wards or hold a binding referendum, right? That's about their existence. The debates in council chambers about this topic have been highly emotive, drawing protests for those that voted to remove them and passionate speeches about the place of the Treaty of Waitangi as well, and local government. The outcomes of these votes show a growing division between local and central government. Who's right? Who's out of touch here? Is it local government or central government? But they're miles apart on this. What is offensive about a Māori ward seat? Can someone just tell me now? Send me a note. Send me a message. What's offensive about a Māori sitting around the council table? There could be 8 Pākehā, 1 Māori. What's the bloody problem? I'm looking for it. What's the issue? Go and tell me. Send me a message right now. Make it easy for me. What's the problem? Not only have almost all impacted councils voted to retain their Māori wards, some of them say they want to ignore the government's demand to hold referendums now. Some councils, such as the Palmy North one, are seeking legal advice about refusing to hold a referendum. They go like that. Stick it to the government. Wouldn't that be messy? Councils from around the country are refusing to engage in referendums, which have to take place according to the law. So they're telling the government to get stuffed. I find the whole exercise a complete waste of time and money, millions of dollars of parliamentary time and resources, hoops of hot air wasted on a meaningless exercise that will not make our economy go even the slightest bit stronger or faster. A genuine distraction and a waste of time, and I blame the PM for not having the balls or nous to stop it in its tracks. Indeed, by doing nothing, Luxon's encouraging the debate, and I bet you this, I bet you in the downtime at the Kingi's Tangi last weekend, Luxon never made mention to the local Māori that, here, I've got some good news, we're abolishing the Māori wards. I bet Luxon made it look like it was someone else's policy. I bet you he did.
Duncan, Garner.